If you've got a blog, I bet this thought has crossed your mind. How do I take all this great written stuff and turn it into audio? How do I reach that whole audience of people who love to listen? Well, today, we're going to dig into how to do exactly that, and do it instantly.
So you're putting out fantastic articles, right? But you know there's this huge, untapped audience out there, the people listening on their commute, at the gym, or just doing stuff around the house. You've heard how powerful audio is, and that little question is always kind of nagging at you. What if I could just turn my blog into a podcast?
But that's usually where the dream kind of hits a brick wall. The reality check sets in. Suddenly you're thinking about expensive mics, confusing editing software, and the one thing you absolutely don't have, more time. All of a sudden, launching a podcast feels like you're taking on a second job.
But this is where technology steps in with a really clever shortcut. We're going to look at an AI-powered solution that's built right into WordPress, and it promises to just strip away all that complexity and make the jump from text to audio almost, effortless. Okay, so the tool is called Post to Podcast. It's a WordPress plugin, and its mission is super focused. It transforms your blog posts into podcast episodes using AI. But here's the kicker. It doesn't just read your text back to you. It creates an actual, engaging two-speaker conversation, which turns a boring narration into a lively dialogue.
So how does it really pull this off? Well, you can tell the whole system was designed with busy creators in mind. It's all about features that save you time and automate all the heavy lifting.
The way the AI creates is actually really intelligent. It doesn't just read your post. It takes it and reworks it into a natural back and forth between two different speakers. You get to pick from over 10 high-quality voices, and you can literally watch it generate in real time with a progress bar. No more clicking a button and waiting for an email to show up.
And the efficiency, it's perfect for anyone who just wants to set it and forget it. You can have it automatically create a podcast every single time you publish a new post. And what if you have a massive library of old articles? The bulk generation tool lets you convert a whole bunch of them at once.
Of course, the biggest question with any AI voice tool is always the same. Is it going to sound robotic? The fear is losing that unique personality of your brand, and that's where the customization options become absolutely critical.
See, you're not just choosing voice A or voice B. These voices are designed with specific personalities. For instance, you might use Echo if you're doing a deep technical dive, or Nova for a friendly, chatty post. Onyx is great for more authoritative, newsy content, and Shimmer is perfect for personal stories. You basically get to cast the right voices for every article.
And that's just the quick peek. There are over 10 voices in total to choose from, ones like Alloy, Fable, and Sage. So you have a really wide range of options to play with to find that perfect vocal team for your brand.
And the customization goes even deeper than that. You can actually give the AI specific instructions for each speaker's personality and tone. So you could literally tell it to make one speaker a curious host and the other a knowledgeable expert. That gives you some serious control over the feel of your content.
Okay, this all sounds pretty powerful, but what's the catch? What's the barrier to entry? Let's take a quick look at the pricing, because it's actually designed to be super accessible no matter what stage you're at.
So there's a totally free plan that lets you test the waters. It gives you 10 free podcast generations to try everything out. The audio is capped at 2 minutes, but, and this is a big deal, you still get access to all the voice options. Then, the Pro plan unlocks the whole shebang for about $20 a month. You get a ton of credits, unlimited audio length, and all those amazing time-saving tools like bulk and auto-generation.
All right, I'm sure a few questions are popping into your head right now, so let's just quickly run through some of the most common ones that people have about a tool like this.
First up, the big one. How long does this actually take? Is this one of those things where you click a button and then go make a sandwich, or is it actually fast? The answer is, it's really, really fast. A short little blog post can be turned into a podcast in under a minute. Even a long, in-depth article is usually done in less than 5 minutes. The speed is pretty remarkable.
Okay, next question. Is my stuff a good fit for this? Does it only work for certain kinds of writing?
Turns out it's super versatile. Obviously it works great for standard blog posts, but it's also perfect for things like tutorials, news updates, educational pieces, product reviews, and even personal stories. Basically, if it's well-written text, it's probably going to be a great fit.
Now, this is a really critical question for any subscription service. If I sign up for the Pro plan, make a whole library of episodes, and then decide to cancel, do I lose everything I made?
And this is so important. The answer is no. You don't lose anything. You keep it all. The audio files are stored on your own WordPress server. They're your files, and they'll keep on working even if you cancel. You own the content you create. Period.
When you step back and look at it, tools like this are really just removing all the old barriers. The tech issues, the cost, the time, they're just not the huge obstacles they used to be. And that shifts the focus away from how you're going to make something and puts it back on the only thing that really matters, your story. So, the only question left is the one on the screen. What story will your content tell next?